Hey everybody, this is Mike with Ross Video. Today I have the pleasure of giving you a quick demo and an overview of the brand new captions and alarm features inside of Ultriscape, our multi-viewing platform. This is available as a version 5.1. If you need to upgrade your frame, just reach out to technical support and we'll be glad to provide you with an upgrade version for your Ultrix. This new feature allows us to enable alarms and captions inside of your multi-viewer on the Ultrix, and it does require a license. So you have to make sure that not only do you have the license to be able to do the multi-viewers, but you also need the license for the captions and alarms. To find out if you have that license, you can open up your Ultrix inside of Dashboard. You can go into the Devices sections, and under Devices Ultrix, you'll find the rear end view of the Ultrix frame itself. You can click on the little key for the licensing, and then here you'll be able to find if you have the Ultriscape license, which in my case is line number 2, and then you'll also have the Ultriscape CA license, which stands for Captions and Alarms. You only need one alarm for the entire frame for all multi-viewers, but the Ultriscape license itself is per multi-viewer. So once you've established that you have those two licenses available to you, you'll notice that there is an alarming configuration that appears inside of your Ultrix database. So right underneath of system status, you'll have alarm configuration. And this gives you a pretty simple user interface that allows us to set the alarm triggers and parameters for each of the inputs. So our alarming function, our probing function for the alarms, is all on the input signal itself, and really is not configured inside of the multi-viewer at all. It's all configured here at the front end view of the Ultrix. So you'll notice that this will present you with all of the inputs inside of your Ultrix frame. I have two cards inside of my frame, card on slot 1 and another one in slot 4. All of my signals are actually coming in on slot 4, so I'm going to start enabling alarms here. So you'll see that I've got video black is available. The hysteresis is how long does that signal have to fall to black before you get the alarm. So 1 second, and you can set that to up to 5 seconds here. So the signal would have to go into an alarm state for 5 seconds before I start getting the alarm. Video freeze, video loss. So these are all configurable parameters with the hysteresis. Then you also have the ability to determine the format that is expected at the input of that multi-viewer PIP. So here, the expected video format that I'm using in my facility is 1080i. But if I was using some other signal format, I could change that here. So any signal that's not 1080i going into that input itself is going to give me an alarm. Same with captions formats here. I have the ability to set an alarm for 608, 708, or I can set it to, OP47 as well. But I can set it to any, and that'll automatically detect any captions that come in. Same with the hysteresis that's here. So I'd set that for every input that I'm interested in probing for the input signal. So I'll just do the first couple, and you'll see that I've already got some alarms occurring here. So I'm going to change this one to a different format. The same thing with the captions here. You also have audio alarms that are available for you. So I can turn on my audio alarms again with input channel, slot number 4, input channel 1, which is up a little bit further here, would be my first input. And you'll notice that the way this works is that it's split out input 16, audio channel 2, audio channel 3. So really we can set alarms on every individual channel that's coming into the Ultrix frame. Then you'll notice that you've got the alarming status tab, which is basically monitoring each of your output heads for any alarms that have currently been tripped. Now, because I haven't configured any of my layouts yet to display alarms, and because I only just now set up my alarming functions, I don't have any detected alarms on any of the layouts. So to be able to start detecting alarms and viewing them, I have to go into the layout editor, open up a layout that I want to modify, and add the alarming tab, which is down at the bottom here, which allows me to add an alarm box, which can be resized, and it can be placed in or outside of the video window. It can be moved around anywhere you need it to be. Just like any of our other graphic functions that we have, like the ability to do UMDs or tally, all of those can be set at different spots, different locations. You can move it around as you like. Now, once you're happy with your layout, you can save it to your Ultrix. So I'm just going to save it with the same name here so we can find it. And because that layout is already applied in my multi-viewer layout, it will update automatically with that brand new alarm tab. So let's put some more alarm tabs in these other windows. I know I have alarms set on at least the first 2 or 3 inputs. So I can save that to my UltraCore now with the different alarm parameters that I've got. And then I'm using an NDI streamer in my facility that is taking an output from the Ultrix, the multi-viewer output from the Ultrix, and it's streaming it over NDI so that I can monitor it from my laptop. So if I start looking at that signal, you'll notice that now I do have the alarms that have occurred here. So on my first input, I'm using an internal test pattern, which shows up after the initial input. So the BNC input comes in, then goes through a process. Well, that process is applying that test pattern for me. But I can see that there's a video loss on the BNC input, and there's also no captions coming in. With source 18, you'll notice that this is a frozen signal. So right now there's no data coming in for captions, and the video freezes there. So this gives you just a quick overview of what it looks like to set up and configure the alarm functionality inside of the Ultriscape. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Ross Video Technical Support. You can visit our website at www.rossvideo.com. And we also have an online Ultrix configurator for configuration of new systems at the ultrix.rossvideo.com website.